So a couple of days ago, Larry Wheels did a live stream where he went to Extreme Couture Gym to challenge other wrestlers. And even though he got whooped pretty badly, they still respected him for trying. Yeah, it was pretty bad that he was picked up and submitted by a guy half his weight. And it was during this live stream where he revealed to everybody that his marriage to Sheyla is over. He is now divorced and they are separated.
You married, right, brother? You married? Divorced.
When he lost those wrestling matches to smaller fighters, Larry's ego was hit pretty hard. He was emotionally broken, and he was about to cry in the car. Larry was so hurt by losing to smaller people that he left the gym really angry. He was so upset about it.
Bro, it wasn't that...
It was horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
Stop that.
It wasn't that bad. It could have... I mean,
it went as worse as it could have gone.
Yeah, thank God we just said wrestling, because sparring... Bro, like, I feel bad for you, bro.
I feel bad for me, too.
No, don't. No, it's not that bad.
I just sparred for 2 hours.
It wasn't that...
Why are you sweating? You were just standing talking.
It wasn't 2 hours.
You're sweating so hard,
It
man.
wasn't 2 hours. It was
We were
like...
there at least 2 hours.
It was not. We were standing in there, but like, bro, Kobe was 27 seconds, 20...
That was at least a minute, man.
It wasn't.
So this whole experience was pretty bad for Larry. In general, he learned that wrestling other people smaller than you doesn't mean you win just by pure raw strength. You also need experience and skill and technique. So the whole experience for Larry was pretty upsetting, at least for him. In some way, he felt like he was humiliated, so he just wanted to leave. And if you go back and watch the live stream, yeah, there was no way that was a 2-hour spar session with like 3 people. No, it wasn't. No, and nowhere close to even an hour, not even like 15 minutes. Yeah, it was pretty short. So yeah, he was pretty upset about losing to smaller people, but you know, it happens. At least he tried.
I mean, the guy, but dude, did you see when the guy picked you up and like was twirling you around? Like that was crazy.
I don't remember that.
You don't? Oh,
I don't remember that.
that was crazy.
I'm about to cry, Kate.
Dude, no, why for what?
I'm about to cry.
What? It wasn't that bad. I don't think it was.
Tears coming.
I don't think it was that bad.
I feel the tears coming, man.
You want to go to the Mayweather gym and box? You want to spar? See what a boxer can do? You want to see what that's like?
Alright, so he has no experience in wrestling. He lost to 3 smaller people, but it got to a point where it was so bad, it hurt him so much, he was about to cry. That's how bad he took the loss. It was pretty bad.
Good afternoon, Sheyla.
Sheila?
Yeah, it's the wife.
Why ain't she here?
What's up?
Why'd you bring her?
We separated.
You just gonna tell him that on camera?
It's the truth.
No wonder we depressed. What happened? I mean, can we? I mean, do you? I mean, just saying. Like,
I mean, look, it's grew apart. That's it.
Did you let the streaming come between us?
So Larry began live streaming on Kick with his wife around February of this year. Let's just say that a few months of streaming could have been the result of why they broke up or, grew apart. So when they live streamed together, that caused a lot of drama because her personality traits really came out and it showed Larry and the rest of the world what she's really like with them. How at some point she disrespects him and doesn't really care about him. And so perhaps that live streaming with his wife was not the best decision back then, and maybe things could have been different now if they kind of kept their personal life a bit more private.
I mean, we're separated, but I'm still gonna have to take care of her. So I'll get her something nice. I'll make sure she's good.
Larry then goes on to say that that ship has sailed. The relationship is not repairable. It's beyond repair. It's done. So something else might have happened afterwards. Who knows what that is? So did streaming really cause the whole situation to kind of just lead to them breaking apart? Or was there something else? Because when he says they grew apart, how does that happen? Because you kind of live together, so you see each other every day. So you can see your partner pretty much any day of the week you want because you live together. And it's very different from having an LDR or long distance relationship where you can't see the person for many months, a year or 2 or longer. So when he says we just grew apart, did something else happen? So despite them being separated, he does say that he's going to take care of her. I guess maybe pay her bills or, buy things for her. Just take care of her.
I am so tired of people saying, why do you look tired? Why do you look sad? Why do you look angry? I'm like, can I just relax my face, please? Can I just relax my face and not be all f***ing day?
So when you combine what's happening with his divorce and also what happened at the gym, losing to 3 smaller guys, it was kind of embarrassing. So the internet is also telling him he should have got a prenup because Sheyla is going to take your money and leave. So let's just say Larry was having a really bad day that time. So I thought, let's wait a few days, then check in on Larry and see how he's doing. So the next day, Tate and Larry would hang out again. Larry seems to be in a better mood this time. And during this stream, they plan to bring Larry to a gym to learn some wrestling. After putting so many years into powerlifting, Larry wants to find a new hobby. So during the wrestling session, they went over how to avoid a double and single leg. And throughout the training, Larry seems to be really interested and eager to learn all about wrestling. He seems to be happy trying something new, and this would serve as a distraction from Sheyla and the divorce, at least for some time, so he can rest his mind. He would later go on the podcast with the Hodge twins, and again, he's in good spirits, smiling, laughing, and having a good time. They would later meet up with Nina Drama during a power slap contest, and Tate would explain to Nina that ever since Larry slapped Dean the Great across the face, he said he could take on anybody, and that's why they went to the gym to find someone to wrestle, anyone from 135 to 165 pounds. As we all know, Larry got tossed around, but this time, when Tate brought this up, Larry was more humble and not upset. He was a bit more calm. The next day, he would stream at home, talking to his chat and just scrolling through funny clips. He would also play Dead Space for a few hours, and that was it for that stream. At the end of the stream, he seemed to be okay. And there was not much talk or discussion about the divorce or Sheyla, so he could just be moving on and trying to focus on his own happiness for now. The next stream would have Larry going to the gym, and afterwards, he's trying to get into skateboarding. It's like he's trying new things every stream, and that's a good way to keep your mind distracted from other problems in life, like, a divorce or separation. They would later meet up with Giorgio Poulos for some wrestling training, and Larry looks like this is something he really wants to get into or to learn a lot, and he's in a good mood once again. Then after this, they would do some training in arm wrestling, which we know Larry really enjoys this. And during all these live streams, there's almost no mention of Sheyla or the divorce. I think at this point, Larry has accepted that his marriage to Sheyla is done. It's beyond repair and it's over. And he's just going to move on with his life and focus on other things that make him happy. Having a distraction is a good way to forget your problems, at least for some time. It's good to see Larry is doing better now. He seems happy, enjoying time with friends, and just moving on. As they say, life goes on. And maybe sometime later, he might find someone that is a better match for him. So I thought I would just check on Larry, see how he's doing, and yeah, he's doing better. That's good to see. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I will see you later.